Okay, in the part one of my summary, pardon my amateur videography as usual. So I ended abruptly, but I ended by saying the goal of part A is to practice a quantification using the provided data. Okay, you had the thick smear data, you had your thin smear data. But to execute this goal, I ran you through a few steps, okay, in the session. So I'll just take you to the board notes. Makes life easy. So the steps before getting to that, overall objective was identify your diagnostic stages. How do they look like? And we had some bench aids printed out, okay, where the diagnostic stage, gametoside and schizont, where you were expected to draw them in your task 1, okay, and then there was task 2, the actual microscopy picture. Microscopy task, where you had to appreciate the Plasmodium malariae trophozoite and Plasmodium falciparum trophozoites, okay, in the microscope, okay. So that was task 2 with the table format, everything supplied in the leaflet there. But before you got to your microscopy station, I run you through how the trophozoites look like, okay? The simple sketches that we had on the board for task 2, okay? So the species that is available that you saw was Plasmodium malariae and Plasmodium falciparum, okay? And I run you through a few pointers on key features that the microscopist is looking for to identify what that species is. For example, with our examples on the bench, in the microscope, malariae and falciparum. So I emphasize on the gem-sustaining colors. Okay, I emphasize that. So you had a red purple. Okay, red purple there. Chromatin dot, okay, and then a larger distinct cytoplasm, malariae, and for many of you, you had the basket form. There is a particular group that had just an overall well-built trophozoite shape, yes, well, it's more of a ring, yes. I'm not for sure which group, but they didn't necessarily see this. But most of you saw your basket form, the mature trophozoite there of malariae, and then when we came to the other side for falciparum, appreciate the delicate cytoplasm, the blue cytoplasm, and then also a smaller, distinct red-purple chromatin dot. And then we also mentioned that the presentation, which is very characteristic of falciparum, of the trophozoites, you can also have a headphone appearance with the double chromatin dot, or sometimes the multiply infection in a red blood cell, the infected red blood cell. Okay, so these were the pointers that I gave you after you know how these trophozoites look like, and now forming up the picture of how the count is done, okay, for the asexual stages, the trophozoites, the schizont, okay. And so this was it, okay. Once you identified how this trophozoite looks like, you could actually appreciate how the count data was generated.